Welcome back to Adventures with Bam. I'm Brent Billings.
And I'm Maggie Billings.
And this episode has us relaxing at home for the holiday weekend.
Relaxing?
I mean, sure. It was relaxing to me.
We were in Moscow.
Yeah.
I feel like the last 6 days have been very social.
Sure.
We've had a very full social calendar.
That's relaxing to me.
I mean, that's good. I enjoyed it for sure. I'm also an introvert, but I don't know. I'm an extroverted introvert. It was lovely.
Kicked off with our friends Bill and Abby coming into town from Nashville.
Yes.
And then our friends JT and Kelsey were like, hey, we're having dinner with them. And I don't know if you realize this. I kind of thought it was just like them with JT and Kelsey, and we were like joining.
No, but Kelsey texted like there was a group of us, and she's like, we're all coming. So on
Which
the girls' end,
amazing.
we knew.
I walked in expecting like two other couples, and it was like all of our best friends from, 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was great. It was so nice. And back then, I mean, one of the couples, Gerald and Kate, they had kids quite a bit earlier. They started their parenting days earlier than the rest of us, but none of the rest of us had kids. And now we all do. So I feel like it was really sweet to be able to catch up with everyone and have all of our kids running around, and it's just great.
Then we had the 4th of July parade downtown Moscow, which I don't know if I guess typically I'm shooting a wedding on the 4th of July weekend.
No, I think you were there last year.
Was I there last year?
Yeah, you were here. I feel like it's been a couple of years since you've shot a wedding on the 4th.
Well, just help me. I mean, not on the 4th necessarily the day, but usually that weekend, I feel like. But
yeah.
Either way, please help me remember how terrible the candy is at the 4th of July parade.
BYO candy.
Ugh.
I don't think it's anybody's fault. It's just nobody wants to bring melty chocolate.
Yeah, I get it.
On the 4th of July. It would have been fine. This would have been the 4th of July where it would have been okay to throw chocolate.
It was a delightful weather situation. It was just overcast and like 60, low 60s. It's beautiful.
You would say that's delightful.
It's my heaven on earth right there.
'Twas pleasant.
Not the best pacing for the parade in Moscow. It was just like one or two situations would roll by pretty quickly, and then there'd be a very large gap.
I didn't think that was a big of a deal, except for maybe like once. There was like, okay, let's stand here for a few minutes and chat.
There were 2 or 3 times where I could like poke my head out and like, oh, the nearest thing to go by us is a block away.
I do think perhaps highlight of the parade was them handing out slices of pizza.
Yes. Yeah. Slice Tap House had coolers full of pizza, which that was another thing. Like the person driving their car was going so fast, and the people trying to hand out the pizza were like way back behind them. And then they'd empty a tray and they'd run back up to the thing. But it's like then they're missing a whole bunch of people. So then they got to carry the tray all the way back. So there were just a number of those where the person driving was not really clued into what was happening behind them.
Kinks to work out for next year.
But then after they got to the end, they had so much pizza left over that they just like took their coolers on wheels and just went backwards through the parade route. And they're just like, do you want any pizza? Take as much as you want. Torrin had like 5 or 6 slices.
Pizza for breakfast, baby.
Oh my goodness. The first one I gave him, he inhaled so quickly. Like it was probably like a 4 square inch piece of pizza. It wasn't huge, but he just like, he took one bite and like, once he got the taste, he shoved the rest of it into his mouth. And I was like, oh, I guess I better get him some more pizza.
Nothing like cold pepperoni pizza at 10 a.m.
That's right. So that was Friday. The 4th was on a Friday.
Went down there with Ben and Kaylissa.
Yeah. Yes. And then we saw Bill and Abby there. We also saw Joshua and Lillian. We saw, do we see anybody else?
I don't think so.
I can't think of anybody else, but lots of people downtown, of course. And then Saturday, farmers market, typical stuff. But we did go down with Bill and Abby for that. And I guess before the market, you and Abby went for coffee.
Abby and I were going to go to Adult Swim Saturday morning because they do, Saturday, Sunday. It's like 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's just adults, which is really great. And it was so hot in the week that I was like, this will be perfect. We'll go swimming. And then I woke up at like 5 and it was raining and like 58 degrees. I was like, oh, I don't know about this. And then she texted me at 7 and was like, Amelia was up all night coughing. do you mind if we start a little bit later? And I was like, no worries. Also, what if we don't go swimming? We just go to coffee. She's like, perfect. So yeah, she met at our house at like 9 and then we walked. The nice thing was too, they were staying in our friend's parents' house that they own and they just use it to stay in when they come visit.
Yeah. I think they do Airbnb situation.
No, they don't.
They don't at all.
I think Kelsey's been trying to talk them into doing that.
Oh.
Because it's, what a great opportunity is
Sure.
just sitting there. But yeah, this is 4 houses down from us on our street. It's just right
Yeah.
at the end of the block and
Yeah,
we're
it's
in the
great.
middle of the block. Yeah, great proximity to our friends staying in town. But yeah, so we walked down to Boosters and had coffee and it was just so nice to catch up. And then Kaylissa showed up too, like halfway through the time and pulled up a chair and joined us. So that was really great. And I love getting to, like when I have friends out of town visiting and Moscow's so nice and small that if I am visiting with a friend who is from out of town, there's a good chance that we're going to run into somebody else that I like also know and love who lives in Moscow, and getting to introduce people and seeing those people click is so fun for me. So it was really cool to, to introduce Abby and Kaylissa and like watch them chat. And that was really, really fun for me. So yeah, then we did farmer's market after that.
And then Sunday we all went to church together.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of in some ways it was a blast from the past, but we've never.
The past was very different.
Yeah, we've never sat in a service together.
No, everybody was on staff or on the worship. I mean, Abby and I were both on worship team.
Bill was also worship team
leading. Yeah, you were on staff. JT was on staff for a chunk of that time.
Yeah, so we've never all sat together in a service before.
Yeah, that's true. We were all there together, but the first time that we've just like attended. So it was a new fun season of life change.
And then Sunday night, Ben and Kaylissa came over to drop some stuff off, and then we ended up sitting around.
Some muffins and a birthday card.
Yeah, that was good. The muffins were good.
Mm-hmm.
Rhubarb muffins, but I think we sat around for like 2 hours talking, which is
it was great.
Amazing.
Delightful.
And then, of course, Bill and Abby being just down the street, they popped by on their way out of town, and we had a little quick goodbye and a selfie and sent them on their way.
It was great. I feel so spoiled. Abby was like, I think we spent the most time, like we saw you guys more than anybody else this trip. I'm like, I feel very honored.
Which seems crazy because it was like, I think Friday night I was like, hey, do you guys want to go get some pizza? And they're like, oh, well, I think we're going to hang out at the park because our kid's having a good time here. It's like, okay. So we didn't see them then. Like there were a couple things where it's like, I thought we would end up seeing each other and then we didn't.
Yeah, things didn't quite materialize.
But we did definitely see each other a lot.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, I miss them and want them. So we're already scheming for them to move back. So that's the plan.
Yeah, I ended up seeing some sort of meme or something that was along the lines of, adult friendship is just convincing your friends to move to wherever you are.
I feel like, I don't know if I sent that to you, but I definitely sent it to Abby.
I sent it to you.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't think you did. Maybe you did. I don't think you did. Are you looking?
Of course I'm looking. I did indeed send it to you Friday afternoon.
Really? And I sent it. Okay, fair. I sent it to Abby Friday evening. So, well. You win this round.
I win this time.